If you are feeling overwhelmed and anxious, constantly distracted and unfocused, never enough time in the day to get everything done, then this video is for you. In today's video, I want to specifically share a couple of different ways on how you can reduce notifications in order to be more focused, save time, and feel accomplished at the end of the day. So let's get started. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Arndt, and I'm a peak performance coach and stress management trainer. And I'm really excited that you're watching this video today because in today's video, we're talking about 5 ways on how you can reduce notifications in order to be more focused, less distracted, save time, and also feel less anxious and overwhelmed. Sounds pretty promising, right? Well, it's pretty simple because in today's world, we are constantly being distracted by notifications. No matter if it is your phone notifications, your inbox notifications, chats, social media, all of these different things keep ringing all day long. And if you would have all of the notifications turned on your phone, for example, you could probably spend all day just seeing one notification come in after the other. This is pretty unhealthy because it will probably keep you from being productive and focused on the task at hand. So let's talk about a couple of different ways on how you can reduce notifications. Number 1 is definitely your phone. Your phone is probably your biggest distractor throughout the day because there's always stuff that is coming in. Phone calls, messages, chats, social media notifications, reminders about your activity levels, right? There's so much stuff nowadays on your phone that keeps us distracted. So the first tip that I have for you today is really to think about what is important for you to have on your phone, what is important for you to get notified about, and what can you turn off. Very simple, okay? For example, I have my phone always on the little moon. I have an iPhone. The little moon on iPhone basically means that you are in no disturb mode, which means you do not get any vibrations, no phone calls, no nothing. You basically hear no sounds and no vibrations. This is something that is really important for me and something that I've had turned on my phone for years. I cannot even remember when I had my phone on no disturb mode. I only turn it off, obviously, when I'm awaiting a super important phone call or a message, but usually I don't. So this is something that is really working for me. And then I also went through all of the different notifications that I have been receiving on my phone. Like, for example, from Instagram, from Facebook, from LinkedIn, from health apps, all of these different apps that we are downloading and that are pushing notifications to us all the time. It's a little bit like spam that you can unsubscribe to, except that here you just basically turn off the notification on your phone. So I highly encourage you that if you're watching this video right now, just go on your phone and check what kind of notifications are you currently receiving, and also to check in with yourself maybe on a day-to-day basis for the next couple of days, that every time there's a new notification coming in that is actually not very relevant for you, to simply turn that off as well. So those are the phone notifications. And very closely related to phone notifications are inbox notifications. Our inbox, like I just said, is very similar because we are oftentimes receiving a lot of spam email. So every time I start to see that my inbox is getting more and more emails, it's oftentimes because I've been shopping around and then I start to get those promo newsletters and all these different things. And it's super annoying to me because all of the things that I want to have in my inbox are emails that I really want to pay attention to. So as soon as I start to see those spammy emails coming into my main inbox, I simply go into the unsubscribe and make sure that I'm not receiving these emails anymore, because I don't want to spend time every day to delete those emails. So unsubscribe, super important. But the second part about the inbox is also that you shouldn't have your inbox tab open at all times. If you're trying to stay focused, if you want to reduce the overwhelm, it is important to be clear that you do not need to have your inbox tab open at all times, because it is super distracting, right? We all know it. When there's this little 2 or 5 in brackets, we get distracted and our automatic behavior is to go into the inbox tab and to check what's in there. In order to prevent that and in order to make sure that you are focusing on the task at hand, it is really important that you are closing any irrelevant tabs. Inbox is obviously the most important one, but maybe you are also being super distracted by your LinkedIn messages or by your Instagram messages because you have that on your home screen as well. So really ask yourself and check in with yourself. Do I really need this, or do I really just get distracted by it? And it's obviously a new habit that you need to learn. So it's totally okay that at the beginning it might be a little bit difficult, but you just need to force yourself at the beginning to get started and to create a couple of new routines and habits that help you to be more focused and less distracted. The third type of notifications that I want you to consider is your Slack or your chat or your ping with colleagues, stakeholders, and clients. Yes, that is a way of how we get constantly distracted as well. And it is really, really important to note that you shouldn't be afraid to not be reachable at all times, because this is the new habit that we have created, right? We are just constantly reachable. And that is not really actually a good thing. It is a good thing in some ways, but oftentimes it is not anymore, because we just feel like we constantly need to be reactive and we constantly need to help other people instead of focusing on the things that are important for you. So I really encourage you to think about, when do you actually need to be reachable? Maybe you can, for example, create office hours and say, those are the specific times when I am reachable to you. Here are the times when I'm basically reactive and when I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. And if it is urgent, you can always share your phone number with them or another way of how they can reach out to you. And I can tell you this, in 99.99% of the cases, nobody will ever take their phone and call you, because the things that they will reach out to you for are probably not that urgent, okay? But if it makes you feel more comfortable, absolutely do this, because it is a cool way to basically set clear boundaries and take care of yourself while still clearly communicating with the others around you how you can be reached. The fourth notifications that I want you to consider to turn off are the notifications that you might be receiving through your watch. Oh my God, so many people nowadays have smart watches. So not only are you already being constantly distracted and constantly on with all these different devices that you have and that you use throughout the day, but now you also have a smartwatch. So your smartwatch, on top of your phone, on top of your inbox, on top of all these other things, is sending you current updates, news updates, email updates, message updates, phone calls, activity levels, all of these different things. And that vibration on your arm is almost more like a shock, right? You already have your phone that is vibrating or that is ringing and that constantly tells you that there is something going on. But now you have it so close to your body. And I honestly do not like it at all. And I really encourage you to really consider this. Do you really, really need these notifications? Why did you get this watch in the first place? I hope that you got that watch because it's a smartwatch and because probably it is tracking some type of activity levels, which is great. And I totally believe in tracking my activities as well. And it's always a good reminder to stay active and healthy. But maybe you just really use your watch for that reason and you turn everything else off because it is actually not that important. And finally, the last notifications and the last things that might distract you and that might increase your anxiety levels, especially at the moment, are the news. Those are obviously notifications that we can control because we can choose if we want to watch the news, if we are subscribed to any news channels, etc., etc. And this might be kind of a controversial topic, but honestly, I haven't watched the news in a really, really long time because I do believe that our stress levels go up, especially with the kind of news that we're receiving at the moment. And you know what? I'm still informed. It's not like I don't know at all what's going on in the world because everybody is talking about it on their social media. People are talking about it just face to face, right? So I'm still informed and I still feel like I know what's going on. And if there is something big, obviously, that's going on, I can choose to go on Google and search for information that is relevant for me. But I do not really believe in watching the news on a day-to-day basis or reading the news on a day-to-day basis because it does distract us. It does increase our anxiety levels, especially when you are a sensitive human person like me. And I'm a very empathetic person as well. So I don't want to hear about all of these crazy things that are going on in the world. Really, I think my life is already crazy enough as it is right now, especially. So I don't need extra news to tell me what is going on. So I really want you to think about these 5 different types of notifications that you're receiving on a day-to-day basis, and think about which ones are really, really important and which ones can you let go of. And you know what? Sometimes it is perfectly fine to start super, super small. It doesn't mean that from today to tomorrow you have to turn off everything. But I want you to try it out. You need to get into action. This is always the most important thing. I say it in my YouTube videos all the freaking time, but it is the truth. If you do not get into action, nothing in your life will change. So I want you to start small. Like I did, for example, a month ago, I stopped posting Insta stories for 30 days. And if you're curious to hear about what happened when I did that, make sure to check out that video on my YouTube channel. But it was super, super powerful for me. And this was the reminder that it doesn't have to be everything at once. You don't have to do a complete social media detox or a complete notification detox, but just small steps can still bring a break into your life. And that is what I want you to take away from today's video. So thank you so much for watching it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. I would love to see you on my YouTube channel. I have a ton of different videos about how to create peak performance tools to thrive at work and in your personal life. So check it out, and I hope to see you in the next video.